So, on Thursday, December 12th, 2019, For Honor made its Year 4 announcement. As expected by anyone who's paid attention to the game, Year 4 was announced along with 4 new seasons, a plan to rework heroes, and improve competitive viability of the game as a whole. With spectator mode being added, map revamps to bring better dynamics, and offering prize pools for tournaments, this was all clear as day for those of us actually watching updates come from the developers. And now we're here. I haven't really covered the Year 4 announcement at all, but why? Because I've been rather put down towards the game due to a small mention in said announcement, a Battle Pass. On January 9th, a few days after this was wrote, we're expecting to hear the rest of the details on how exactly the Battle Pass is going to work. Because of this, I figured I should get my thoughts out ahead of time, and at least explain my distaste. To start with, I'm basing this off of many battle passes across the industry, a trend we've had for years. The trend started with Dota 2 back in 2013 with a once-a-year pass, used for funding the competitive scene. With endless progression over the live period, ranging from 6 to 9 months historically, this pass offered a pile of earnables and exclusive perks for those who went really all out, including physical merch. 25% of the profits from the International Battle Pass go directly to the competitive scene's The International Tournament, giving a direct relation between the two's success. Keeping things tied to cosmetics and as a promotional tool, this endless system was rather decent for both casuals and the more hardcore players. Fortnite then popularized the Battle Pass system and brought the timescale down significantly as well as removing physical merch. Fortnite's system moved from 6 to 9 months once a year to just under 3 months incrementally, keeping the $10 price tag and lowering the endless progression down to just 100 tiers. Fortnite's 100 tiers every 3 months then became the one most games followed with, partly because who knew? $10 every 3 months is a lot more money than $10 once a year. Seeing the same system implemented across many games, everything seems to be getting one now heading into 2020. Apex Legends, Rocket League, Dead by Daylight, Destiny 2, Dauntless, Call of Duty, just to name a few on that list that is literally growing by the day. Most of them following the rapid refreshing 3-month window with 100 tiers, some changing up the formula by adding much requested features such as quests, giving more drive to complete them. We've had some minor glances at how the Battle Pass is supposed to work in For Honor due to some store data mining. This is a work in progress, so it may not be the full story, but I'll be using it as a reference. If it's wrong, the points still stand. For Honor's implemented Battle Pass system gives you a flat rate reward at the end of each match, depending on game mode. Battle Pass has 100 tiers, a premium and free track. Battle Pass levels can be bought for 2,500 steel a tier, 10k for a bulk of 5, 25k for a bulk of 20, or 125k to buy all levels. These are significant, predatory discounts to buy in bulk. Half off for 20, incentivizing you to drop more money than you otherwise might be comfortable with. Remember, it's not how much you spend, it's how much you save. And a little bit of file diving, we can find out that they've already increased the Battle Pass points required from 300 to 350 a tier before the pass even came out. Apparently the grind was too easy, incentivizing even more money spending. And that's where my complaints with the system start. We've moved from an older season pass model, which would reward DLC on a schedule, often including batches of cosmetics immediately upon redemption, to a new system that rewards us for playing the game specific ways, after giving them money for the privilege of earning. This is my first major drawback to a Battle Pass. You aren't buying rewards, you're buying a chance to earn rewards. When you pay your $10, you simply unlock the premium progression path. Sure, you can level up for free, getting the lesser rewards, and then when you buy in, you know exactly how far along you're going to be. But that's exactly the draw that they want. Peer pressure. Battle passes drive you to spend your money early for the premium rewards, putting a few nice flashy items you want, usually in the first 10 tiers, or even on the very first. This incentivizes buying in even before you've earned significant rewards because of the cosmetics to show off with, often immediately. This gets you hooked, pushing for the addictive personality types to buy in early and feel compelled to play for fear of missing out on the premium loot to earn. This also hooks you to log in every day to feel progress on your already paid for cosmetics. What's worse? While less common, games will promote and push buying skips, a way to purchase level ups for your battle pass with cash in general or near the pass's end of life. This preys on those on the fence even more, giving them enticement at what they might miss out on if they don't buy it. This tactic pushes impulse buys, as well as those who just might not have the time to play, to shove even more money into the season, giving them that little bit of a fix. And to borrow some words, a small fire under your ass is still a fire under your ass. Some people won't care, but there is a fire. And as I already mentioned, it looks like For Honor isn't going to be any stranger to this. To double down on that, the latter tiers in the pass are favored for high-end rewards for the same reason. This gives pressure to continue to play or not get your money's worth, heavily loading both ends while leaving the middle a little light for optimal pressure to keep players addicted. This helps retain players, focusing them on continuing to play the game even when it might not be fun anymore, or else wasting their spent money by not getting the rewards that they've already paid for and have sunk time into. The same can be said for the free tiers, another accepted commodity for payment, your time. With an eye on the pressure provided by this system, you can move further into it with time gates. This creates a negative player experience for the more hardcore players. It creates a system to prevent people from playing too much and earning rewards too quickly, a system implemented by PUBG. This prevents both hardcore players from running out of rewards too quickly, but it also prevents weekend warriors from earning the rewards while they can actually play. Then comes an opposite limitation, the negative experience brought by time limits. Battle Passes brought gaming a new trend to event cosmetics and rare drops, paid for rare drops. We've all played a game with good event rewards. Hell, we're here because we play For Honor. The event timescales are already short enough, but you're adding a paid for event period, the Battle Pass, and bringing with it the same downsides. You pay for the pass, and if you don't use it, you lose it. Events are kind of passable, because they're usually free, they're usually built around something exciting in itself gameplay-wise, but a Battle Pass is just a one-off attempt to earn with your standard gameplay. And speaking from For Honor's perspective, they've said they won't be cutting content, and that the rewards won't be taken from our regular cycle. But we've already had our regular cycle cut with this game. We've moved from content of the week to content every other week or more. We've had the style of content shifted heavily too. Am I seriously supposed to believe that we're going to be getting over double their previous work, which they couldn't keep up? We're definitely going to be getting cut rewards in one way or another. In what ways, your speculation is as good as mine, but I'd be willing to bet the seasonal weapons are going to be the first to go. We are already seeing a content cut with the weapon skins being recolored for releases for both seasonal releases and event weapons. Additionally, albeit not a large issue, is how often we're getting new heroes, down from 4 a year to 2. This doesn't have to be exclusively a downside, sure, but it's not the greatest of omens. And as a last mention in For Honor, they've announced that they're committing to pushing competitive play. They've also said that they want to put executions in the Battle Pass, which make for a competitive advantage. While it may not be a large one, having a long execution versus a short execution is a competitive advantage. This leaves them with exclusively middle-of-the-road executions, which is a tall order, or they can just throw balanced executions out the window. This has already been done with events, and balance isn't really my main issue with a Battle Pass. My issue is the uninspired stick that they use to dangle the lackluster carrot for the horse of profit margins and daily active users. It's a method to keep people hooked, to keep people coming back every day, to extend play hours, and subtly trick people into favoring their game over others due to sunk cost. An attempt to get both your $10 and your often heavily undervalued time. This is something that doesn't change. These issues are all compounded by the fact that these manipulative practices are in an already paid-for title, where a lot of us have already shelled out for DLC, on top of paid for the game. For Honor is still a full-price title. Sure, it's been given away a few times, but that doesn't discredit the current cost of the game. It's not a free-to-play title, you can't pick it up and play whenever you want. It is a paid-for game, and we shouldn't have to be manipulated beyond that with free-to-play exploitations. You should want to play a game because it's fun and rewarding, not because you feel obligated. And that's what Battle Passes are, an obligation. Incentives should be an in-game goal, not an artificial deadline to appease shareholders. Given the last few years and many games, I have yet to meet a Battle Pass that didn't contain many of these downsides. All bring a negative consumer and player experience compared to industry history. I do not enjoy the concept, and I hope you don't either. I can't decide what you do with your money, but I just hope that you give it a second thought at the very least. For Honor has made bad changes in the past. and through player feedback has actually undone those things. Some for better, some for worse. The community has revoked changes like the rotational cosmetics, the poorly recorded responsive dialogue system, and even rank dominion with needed further tweaks. Outside of the For Honor community even, the same has been done with Ubisoft's Rainbow Six Siege's Battle Pass, showing they aren't completely deaf to consumers. There will be further details this week on January 9th for the Battle Pass. I hope to make a positive follow-up to this video, so fingers crossed. If not, I guess here's where I stand. Thank you for anyone who watched this all the way through. I hope you have a great day, and for those of you who subscribe, I will see you in the next one. I just want to give a special shout out to both Jim and Nutella on my Discord for giving me copious amounts of help. So thank you to both of you.
Où est-ce